Hello and welcome to another episode of Punk Rock Politics with John Smith. Obviously, I'm John Smith. If you haven't already heard, Bernie Sanders has suspended his campaign. Now, there's a difference between ending a campaign and suspending it, but there have been some signs that this might happen, including him. He stopped running ads against Joe Biden. He stopped raising money for his campaign, raised money for, organizations to help people that are being hurt by the coronavirus. But this is a blow, and some people I know saw it coming, and Jimmy Dore was right, and right way too soon. A few friends, a friend or two of mine were right, and this is tantamount to selling out the working people. I don't care if he gets on the Senate floor and screams and yells, and I don't even care if he gets some concessions. Like Jimmy Dore said, what did he get for this coronavirus? The third stimulus bill. What did he get? He didn't write any of those bills. So I'm starting to think, I hesitate to say that Bernie Sanders might be part of the Democratic elite now. It seems like he is. Joe Biden's his friend. Look up Tara Reade. See if that's somebody you would call a friend. Look up Tara Reade. Reade. I have a video on it. It's the previous video I did. Now I'm going to try to work off some of this aggression and anger. But and I'm not going to always be emotional, but you know what? This calls for emotion. What Bernie Sanders is doing is tantamount to selling out not just the American people, but the whole planet. The United States contributed the most to global warming, and Joe Biden's plan is a fucking joke. It's like what? He moved it from 800 billion to 1.4 trillion. Bernie Sanders' Green New Deal plan is 16.3 trillion. What we actually need to stop the melting of our fucking planet. And he keeps calling him his friend, and Joe Biden's a good person. No, he's not. Joe Biden gave us Donald Trump. Look at the facts. Look at the reality. Okay, so maybe you were like me and others who were sick of all the racism and Muslim hatred after 9/11, right? And you were happy to vote for somebody who was, in this case, half black, but any black, Barack Obama's half black, half white. You were happy to vote for somebody who has the name Hussein in there, and he's seen hope and change and all that. What did he give us? He broke every one of his campaign promises. Guantanamo Bay is still open. The Bush tax cuts extended permanently. Extended the spying apparatus of NSA and the National Security Agency. Extended the Iraq and Afghanistan wars that he said he was going to end. Gave how much money to Wall Street? Top 91% of the 91% of the bailout money went to the top 1 or 10%. I think it's 1%. They let down workers. All the unions asked for was one concession, something so they could fight for health care. They didn't even do that for them. Got them in line, voting for the Obama-Biden ticket twice in a row. Biden gave us Donald Trump. Biden has lied consistently. Okay? He's got a bunch of accusers, and you can see it right in your face. He's a pervert. So this is beyond dismaying, and Bernie Sanders should have fought to the end. Just because he says he's still going to stay on the ballot and you can still vote for him, well, I guess I'm going to vote for him because of the policies he's pushing. But I'm no longer personally, I don't think I'm voting for that man. Very disappointed. This guy's got fucking dementia, Joe Biden. He's losing his mind. He can't even give a public speech without reading off a teleprompter. If the teleprompter goes off, he goes off. Even with a teleprompter, the guy has no idea what's going on. And you can guarantee MSNBC and CNN and others, ABC, NBC, ABC, Disney, all these other friggin' giant megalith corporations, you can guarantee they're feeding him lines, and he still can't perform. Like they fed Hillary Clinton questions in 2016. Donna Brazile and all them. When she was at CNN. Unbelievable. The world's melting, and you're endorsing Joe Biden? Now, you need to vote for the Green Party. You need to vote for Howie Hawkins for president. We need to have, when this coronavirus pandemic calms down, we need to take to the streets and demand that Joe Biden is not our only option and that we're going to vote for the Green Party if Bernie Sanders is no longer an option. Now, he says he's staying on the ballot in all these states, but he didn't really push hard for you to vote for him, so I don't know. This whole thing is insane. It makes you wonder if Bernie Sanders just wants power like the rest of them. If Biden offered him some position in his cabinet, but you know his some of his supporters. He said some of his supporters in this live stream aren't going to be happy about this. No, most of your supporters, the vast majority of them, but you didn't listen to them, did you? So I do think that for the policy's sake, and to say Joe Biden sucks, everybody should even be more enticed, ironically, to go out and vote for Bernie Sanders in the primary. Get registered and vote. But for the presidential election, if Bernie Sanders, he suspended his campaign, so technically he's still an option. But if Bernie Sanders is no longer an option, he gave up on his campaign, and he keeps calling Joe Biden his friend and saying Joe Biden can beat Trump, it is very possible Joe Biden will lose to Trump. And even if Joe Biden did beat Trump, what is that supposed to be something we're supposed to be happy about? Joe Biden's a mush-brained psychopath. Even when he didn't have dementia, he was an asshole. He wanted to cut Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, veterans benefits, every single solitary thing in the government, as he proclaimed on the Senate floor. This guy is a joke. He's a corporate puppet. He's gone back 40 years ago, 45, 50 years ago. He said, I can't wait to get all the money. I'll do whatever they say. I'll be a prostitute for the corporations. This is Joe Biden's own words. So Bernie Sanders is selling us out, and this is really disappointing. Really disappointing. And the people that encouraged him to drop out, Jayapal, Faiz Shakir, you have become our enemies, and we will never let you forget it. We will banish you from politics. And anybody else, any fake progressives out there. Bernie Sanders wouldn't call this election rigged when it's clearly rigged. Look at the raw exit polls. I did a video on that. Look at all the voter suppression. Having fucking primaries during a pandemic in Arizona, Florida, Wisconsin, and Illinois. They should be invalidated. They're not legitimate elections. So, this is absurd. It's pathetic. I can't believe Bernie Sanders really believes that Joe Biden could beat Donald Trump. Some people have this belief that anybody with a pulse could beat Donald Trump. I don't know. I read a lot of articles that Bernie Sanders supporters aren't voting for Joe Biden. I'm not. I'm not voting for a sexual aggressor, a rapist, a corporate clown, somebody who breaks all his campaign promises, which are already meek and not enough. Somebody who says he's going to veto Medicare for all. Are you kidding me? Even during the pandemic? Fuck Joe Biden. And right now, how I feel? Fuck Bernie Sanders. So I'm definitely voting for the Green Party. I am going to go out and vote for Bernie Sanders in the primary. I suggest you do too, for the policy's sake. Because of the policies he stands for. And to say that Joe Biden is a clown. Because he is. But what Bernie Sanders is doing is, this isn't a political revolution. You call this a fucking political revolution? What a joke. What a joke. As the planet burns, you're going to give up on fighting for a legitimate Green New Deal. You're going to give somebody who even had a worse plan than Elizabeth Warren for the Green New Deal. You're going to give him the presidency, or try to, as he probably loses to Trump. Unfucking believable. So make sure you express your anger, your emotions. You tell Bernie Sanders how you feel. You tell Joe Biden how you feel. You tell Trump how you feel. Oh, Trump and Biden are terrible. This is dog shit. This is worse than Hillary Clinton and Trump. This is Biden and Trump. And I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton in 2016. I'm not about to vote for Joe Biden. I can't do it. I'm not going to vote for a scumbag. Because some people perceive him to be less of a crazy scumbag than Trump. No, not happening. He's a scumbag. And he should be in prison. He's not sure what to do with Iran. Or if it's even... He sounds like Trump. Oh, I don't know if Iran really has a problem with the coronavirus, and I don't have enough information to get rid of sanctions, which my administration put into place, which are damning people. Which are damning people to not getting medical supplies and not being able to produce the medical supplies they need and stop the spread of the virus. Oh, you don't have enough information, Joe? Well, I do. And a lot of other people do. And we're not in powerful positions like you. We don't get the information you have. You have the information, you lying piece of shit. You're letting people die. Just like Trump. And you encourage people to go out and vote during a pandemic because it would favor you. Joke. So Howie Hawkins for president, apparently. I still think you should go out and vote. I strongly encourage you to go out and vote in the primary for Bernie Sanders. I understand you're dismayed. You may be dismayed, aggravated, and upset like me, but because of the policies, you should make sure people know that you still want Bernie Sanders over Joe Biden. That's obvious. But when this pandemic's over, I want to see 100 million Americans in the streets. I'm not exaggerating. We have 320 million Americans. Time to grow up, America. Time to protest. Time to get real. Time to educate yourselves. Time to demand the actual democracy. This is a joke. So, I gotta go. I got stuff to do. So I just had to spit this out real quick. But Howie Hawkins for Green Party, look him up. In fact, I'm gonna put a Howie Hawkins link below this video. Stay tuned, punk rockers. Fans of punk rock politics. I'm gonna be doing as many videos as I can, but I got a lot of stuff going on. I just had to do something about this, even though I look like shit. Who gives a fuck, right? Punk rock. Alright. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Share this video. Thanks.